We're here at Hot August Nights. I'm Alan Taylor. It's Reno, Nevada. This is the Grand Sierra Resort Grand Theater. This is where I'm having the Grand Marshal car show. That's me, and I picked all these cars. I tried to pick some special ones, like Jay Skow's here. He's got a 52 Victoria, not any 52 Victoria, and these are rare anyway. Jay, how you doing?
Pretty good. How are you, Alan?
I love your car, man.
Thank you.
Love your car. So I walk over to this car, I look at it. His wife Diane's polishing it, and thought to myself, I got to talk to this person. We just start talking, and she goes, "Did you know that the hardtop comes off?" And I go, "What do you mean the hardtop comes off?" I look a little closer. This car is so customized. Let's talk about it. Tell me the story about this car.
I bought it in 1957. I was 15 years old and was getting my driver's license soon, and I needed a car.
And you've had it since you were 15
That's
years
right.
old. Wow.
So the dealer wanted $600 for it. My dad test drove it, and he thought that was a fair price.
Yeah.
And I had been mowing grass and delivering papers since I was in the 3rd grade. So we went to the dealer, and we went into a little cubicle, and my dad sat down with the dealer and said, "Well, we'll give you $550 for the car." And I thought, $550? What's he talking about? It's $600.
Right.
I never heard of that before.
Well,
So
you were a little kid. Your
yeah.
dad knew all about it.
Yeah. So anyway, they bickered for a while about it. So my dad just said, "Jay, come on, let's go." So we turned around and walk out, and I'm 15 years old. I'm a proud young teenager.
Yeah.
But I started tearing up and crying. I mean, it was my money.
Right.
I didn't understand what was going on.
Right.
So we're walking out, and the dealer sticks his head out of the cubicle and says, "I'll tell you what, Captain, how about splitting the difference with me? We'll do it for $587.50. My dad said, "You got a deal."
$587.
So all that for $12.50.
Is that funny, right?
And then years later, I talked to my dad about it. He said, "Jay, I was just trying to save you money. $12.50 is 4 lawns in the hot sun."
Yeah, and he's 100% right.
Yeah.
And you learned all about bartering and,
Yeah.
and going back and forth on a deal.
Exactly.
Well, now let's talk about this. What's under the hood? What eats gas on this? What do you got under there?
In 1959, I found a damaged or wrecked 57 Thunderbird. So I got the 312 engine out of that and put it in this.
Right.
And it has a 3-speed overdrive transmission, which is all electric now. I wired it with a toggle switch on the gear shift.
Let's talk about this top. It's a removable hard top.
Right.
This is something that I didn't notice. Now I can look at it now and I can see how you did it. What an undertaking, and you did a beautiful job.
Oh, thank you.
So was this your handiwork?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I found a 52 Ford convertible, and I cut the windshield off of it, the top of the windshield, and then cut mine off and welded the top of the 52 on there. Now that had the 3 little dowels sticking up, and then I got the convertible bow out of the top and welded it into the hardtop on this car, so that now it just sits down on there and you have the one latch, and it latches the front of it.
Beautiful, beautiful job. And it looks good both ways. The 52 Victoria, I don't see a lot of these cars around.
Right.
You know what? This is such a great sleeper,
Yeah.
especially the way you did it. It gives you the best of both worlds with a beautiful roadster and also a nice coupe when you want to go out in the weather when it's inclement. Well, let's talk about interior. Do you do anything special on the inside?
It has a 54 Ford dash, and then the stock seats,
Yeah.
and it's all done in leather.
Well, it's a beautiful car.
Thank you.
Any Craftsman tools in your toolbox?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There was a Sears store not too far from where we lived, and lots of times on Saturday mornings, my dad would get the kids together. I have a younger brother and sister. We'd get some donuts, and then my brother and sister would go down and sit in front of the brand new color televisions.
Yeah.
And
That tells you how long ago that was.
And my dad and I would go to the tool department, and he was a Craftsman man from day one, and in fact, my first tools, I had a little go-kart, and he fixed me up a Craftsman kit for that go-kart, and I still have those tools today.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Well, Jay, thank you very much for bringing your Victoria out here.
And thank you for asking me.
Really
I
appreciate
it.
that.
It's a real honor.
He did all this work when he was 16 years old, cutting his top off and all that, and all these years later still has all his tools, and that's what kind of cars we're finding here at the Hot August Nights. I'm Alan Taylor. Thanks for being with us.